lady incident, and then like she met the giant guy and they worked together.
Well, no. So,
quick summary, is that what you mean?
the lunch lady is her mother. These boys
Oh, why did I not realize that?
tease her and harass her to the point where her mom takes vengeance on them and starts hacking and slashing on them, and then serving mystery meat in the at lunch.
Okay.
That's gross. But this art is so
gross.
great right here.
It's interesting because with the flashback, it went to more of like a black and white, but instead of like a grayscale, it's almost like a brown scale.
Yeah, it's like brown and like with red letters, but it looks like Mad Magazine. I love this art. I love it.
That's interesting.
So
and I think I think almost every artist should take advantage of flashback or flash forward scenes as a way to like do a different style or like mix it up a little in the coloring or something. Cause it's something that it's like you can help out the story by doing that.
Yeah.
And it looks cooler.
And it looks cooler. Yeah, you can.
It's more fun to do probably. Mix it up.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But yeah, the little kid, like he's eating, like he's being poisoned by something in his lunch. He's just like choking and like,
spitting it
that's
out.
a great scene. But
my favorite's the very last panel in this flashback of the her and the guy, whatever his name is, giant guy.
Well, I don't want to go there just yet, but did your mind go to like how on earth did she kill herself? So Cassie's mom is a slasher. She is killing people and serving them as soup in the
that's bad,
at the high school.
Bad. That's not allowed.
The locals get wind of this, and Cassie's mom kills herself. Oh my god. Did we give a spoiler alert? Because we should have. But even still,
I'm pretty sure.
You've seen this movie. Cassie's mom kills herself, but you would not believe how she kills herself. She offs herself with mashed potatoes and gravy. Like, it's so gory. Like, she just
what a
like
way to go.
Dumps her face into the mashed potatoes and gravy, and then Cassie lives sort of this vagabond life until she meets Vlad, who is this like kind of misunderstood,
a gentle giant type character.
Yeah,
but not gentle.
Not quite gentle.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of like another movie with a similar type of character, but like can't quite come up with one. Yeah, sorry guys, I'm failing.
He is definitely this. So Cassie takes it upon herself through.
You wouldn't say the goon.
No, the goon's got a little more gravitas to him. Vlad just sort of seems to be there, and he's very soft-spoken. The goon's a little soft-spoken too, but like Vlad he's his own guy. He almost is, he's just sort of this misshapen dude who she and he befriend each other after she takes it upon herself to start taking care of slashers. It's her plan to get rid of these slashers. Yeah, she helps the slashers. And then we jump forward into the story. And the story is good. I love the story. Because, again, there's some...
You tell it then.
So there's some, like, sexy time with this guy who works at a veterinarian clinic.
Yeah, the animal shelter.
At the animal shelter.
This comic does a good job of this sexy talk. Like, I think sometimes that's tough to do. Like, it's not like it's super sexy, and it's not like it's, like making fun of sexy talk either. Really, it's somewhere in the middle that really matches the tone of this comic.
Yeah, it's that silly, slasher movie. It's the Friday the 13th, like
maybe a little less cheesy than though. Like, sometimes those can be really cheesy. I think this is like almost cheesy.
Almost cheesy. That's a good way to describe it, because here we are. The
Beginning.
The guy from the veterinarian clinic is
Uh-huh.
like, after a long shift, he goes out to his car, and his girlfriend surprises him in the back seat of the car, and she is ready for action, and she dumps herself into the front seat, and they start a great makeout session. Only after she scares the hell out of him. That's the best part. There's always a
It was a good
scare.
one.
And then
it's like, oh, it's a false jump, and then the real one comes.
And then the real one jumps when
It's like a zombie cat.
when a zombie, well, no, even before the zombie cat, a zombie like rattlesnake climbs up between his legs and hisses at him, and then a zombie cat jumps through the window of the car, and who knows what happens to him. We assume that he gets it. She makes...
Yeah, it's like the zombie cats and the zombie... Oh, and the zombie rat that jumps out of its mouth.
Oh, right. Oh, the zombie rat.
That was such a cool thing. There was So first of all, there's a zombie cat like on the roof, and he doesn't see that. But a zombie snake comes out between his legs, and out of the snake's mouth, a zombie rat jumps out. I've never seen anything like that, and I thought that was a pretty creative, creepy thing.
If you saw that on the screen, wouldn't you just
out of a snake's mouth?
Yeah.
I mean, I like snakes because they eat rats, but a zombie one, I guess, wouldn't be keeping the rat out very well.
Yeah, and what makes them zombie? And I think this is like some easy work here for the artist, because it's red eyes, snaggletooth. I mean, they're still
brains
cute cats,
showing,
and then brains showing.
Yeah,
you're a zombie.
A little green. And
then there is there's an exterior of the car, and you can see more cats zoning in. And the gal jumps out of the car, and she's like foot leather to the light, and the light is there's a guy there, and he's
ready to slash.
He's ready to slash, and done deal. And then we cut. And then we cut to a crappy diner where Vlad and Cassie are having eggs and reading the daily paper. And they're always on the lookout for the next slasher that they can take care of.
That's their job. They are in like this, like, it's like a trucker brunch or breakfast stop, and all the guys are like cut off t-shirts, and like they're all eyeing them down like, what are these? It's this crazy looking guy with this giant sword and this lady who's like dressed in way weird, like out of context leather, but nothing happens.
Nothing happens.
Like, that's the way that they go around the world.
But they
so what's impressive to me is this. I feel like we've been talking a lot about like things that have happened, and we're only on page like 16.
Right. So
like this, it's dense, but it doesn't feel dense. It's like comfortably dense, without very much dialogue, hardly at all.
I really like the detective work that they do here. So they make quick work of this article in the newspaper. We know where we're going next. They go to the animal shelter.
Mm-hmm.
And they meet the very distraught doctor who had some bad...
animals went bad.
No. It was like just like something went wrong with something.
Oh, something went wrong.
But like they have a little bit of history at this animal shelter that they don't allude to right off the bat. And now this thing happens right in our parking lot. Like our assistant gets killed, murdered out in the parking lot. Now like it's a crime scene. She's distraught, and then her husband, who is like the nurse in this case.
Yeah, the nurse at the animal hospital
is such a jerk. Isn't he a jerk? And you know he's a jerk because he's not nice to animals.
Jerk face. Yeah. Yeah, which is like the easiest thing to make someone seem like a jerk.
Yeah, when you work in a veterinarian...
Dogs suck.
When you work at an animal shelter and you're mean to animals, you are not a good guy. And and then we see this.
Find a different job. There's lots of people who love animals.
and then we see Cassie.
You go to like an elementary school and be like, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" That is like one of the top ones.
Yeah.
It's like firefighter and stuff.
I wanted to be a firefighter or stuntman.
Stuntman Larry, you can still do
it. So Vlad and Cassie make their way to this, and they're doing their detective work. This is them working.
Yeah, they're doing a little more sleuth. And so they kind of like sneak up, they're looking around, and this guy can you describe it? I didn't really understand what he fell.
What do you mean what he fell? Oh, so the cop, so like the nurse, the husband of the wife who
the husband of the wife.
The husband of the wife. My wife. I'm all tongue-tied. But he is the brother of the podunk cop. The guy who does not like animals is this brother of a cop who also is a jerk. He looks like a jerk. He's smoking a cigarette like a jerk. He's a jerk. Yeah. And he sees Vlad and Cassie and says, and puts a tail on them and says, this is, like gonna end here. We're gonna watch these freaks, these city freaks, calls them city freaks. And then so the sad detective who is following these guys, they come back to the place later on to watch the animal shelter, and sure enough, more animals show up, and like more zombie animals show up, and they take out this poor deputy who has been,
He's just been doing his own thing.
No, he was
trying to figure it out.
No, he was like put to task to watch these two city freaks, Cassie.
Yeah.
And
he wasn't like a bad guy.
He wasn't a bad guy, but it doesn't end well for the poor deputy.
Yeah, he's got a zombie dog on him.
Yeah.
And then the zombie dogs, they start chasing our main characters, but there's a cut scene before it happens, and we get another like pair of. Had we seen these people?
Well, we've met the cop, and then of course the cop is making like sexual advances to his
secretary.
He's
got some kind of girl, yeah.
And then we also see a zombie pig. Love a zombie pig. And then of course they all are heading towards each
other
the cop.
In a big explosion.
Towards the cop, and so they're heading towards the cop and the nurse.
Mm-hmm.
And why is that?
This book does a good job of like it'll change who the characters it's covering are, and leaving them in like it'll be like a zombie comes up, and then it'll cut to a different set of characters, and then it'll have them until a zombie comes up, and then it'll change. And so like all of these cutscenes have happened so far, and now they're all about to collide with all these other, our zombie van's about to hit this zombie pig, let's just say.
Yeah. And that's kind of a funny scene too, because as a kid, she like often cried about a van that ran over her cat.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I thought that was a funny scene. And here she is, like, mowing down zombie cats in her van. But, oh my god, splash, 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 blam, blam, blam. So much carnage.
There's good action right here. Yeah, like, it set up well for action.
Yeah, so getting into the cop shop, getting into the police station, taking care of business at the police station. Like, the secretary doesn't make it, sorry. But the brothers make it, and the brother is able to make the phone call to the other brother, and now we're all heading back to the story that started all of this, and this origin story of this poor character who, his name is Bobby, and Bobby used to work at, and like all great horror movies have this, right? They have